Hey folks, my name is Chuck Copenspire. I am 4.5 months post-top surgery, and I just wanted to share my general feelings and recommendations after that experience. So first of all, I want to say that I am very happy with the results. This is an example of a shirt that I bought that never fit the way I wanted it to, and putting it on for the first time post-top surgery was incredible. So highly recommend if you have chest dysphoria, top surgery, 10 out of 10. My results are not what I expected, and I don't feel that I spent enough time researching my surgeon, so that's really what I'm going to talk about today. So here's what I'll say, just like sensation-wise. So I got a double incision, which ended up being, I guess, a single incision that goes all the way across. It is quite large. Recovery was intense. It's still pretty numb, and I'll put, vitamin E oil, scar cream, all that stuff. I do have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, so my healing from any surgery or wound situation is going to be different than other people's. I was not able to preserve a lot of sensation. I would say here, like my skin, I have a lot of sensation. Scar line and grafts, basically nothing. So far, I'm 4.5 months. I've heard some people, it takes them a serious amount of time to get some sensation back. So I love that for them. Hasn't happened for me yet. That's fine. I'd say the biggest shock for me was I knew that surgery recovery was going to be intense, but I've never had major surgery before. It was crazy. I have 2 small children. My partner took on so much for me, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, recovery was harder than I expected, more painful than I expected, longer than I expected. I had to get physical therapy to help me open up my chest again because I was so used to being crunched up in this defensive posture because you feel so fragile. This is going to be kind of like a TMI squick moment, so protect yourselves here. But so one of my grafts, it got the compression garment I was wearing, I shifted wrong and it sort of pulled the graft with it and kind of messed it up aesthetically, so they don't really match. If I could go back, I honestly don't know if I would have done the grafts because I'm planning a pretty big chest piece tattoo. So I don't know if I'm really obsessed with nipple grafts. I don't know. I mean, if I get the sensation back, great, but if I don't know if I might have just gone for the no nip route, like many of my friends have done. Big thing that was tough for me is my surgeon did not prepare me for how big my scar was going to be. I had C cups, so those were relatively large, and I had 2 pregnancies, and I'm 35. So, that's different than, a 19-year-old A cup, without giving away too much information. She did give me lots of extra stitches because of my Ehlers-Danlos, because apparently we have extra stretchy skin, and that made her concerned. So she put extra stitches in. I can still feel some of the stitches. I don't know if that's normal, but that's the situation. I went to Albany Med. My doctor was honestly a little too casual about it. She called my breasts the girls and just generally did not treat the experience with the gravity that I don't feel like my doctor really asked me what results I was looking for. My doctor didn't really inform me about the fact that she was going to join my scars in the middle or that they would go back this far. So aesthetically, I really wasn't prepared for this outcome. I don't know if I knew enough about what questions I should ask, but I would expect the surgeon who does this all the time to maybe prepare you for game time decisions she might need to make. So it was more like after the fact. She was like, oh, by the way, we had to join them in the middle. We did liposuction on the sides. She only did liposuction on one side, so it's kind of hard to see, but this side pokes out, and they did liposuction on this side so it doesn't poke out, which was strange because now they're aesthetically uneven. I have heard that some of this is just post-surgical swelling, and it is going down, but it's definitely not symmetrical, which I don't love. I've seen a lot of guys have much, much smaller nipple grafts. I guess I'm ambivalent, but it would have been nice to have a conversation about my aesthetic goals. And then, I just don't think that the Albany Med surgery team really did a great job of preparing me for any kind of aftercare. They didn't really give me a lot of information. I was left in a room with my call button unplugged and was unable to get help until I was able to reach my phone, call the hospital, get transferred to the nurse's station on the floor I was in, and ask a nurse to come help me. So I don't know if I would recommend surgery at Albany Med. Maybe it was just an off day. Maybe it was a new team. I didn't love it. I expedited my top surgery because of reasons that people probably understand. I got it done December of 2024 because I was concerned that after January 6th of 2025, it might not be accessible. Looks like that may have been a wise decision. However, like I said, I didn't really get my choice of surgeon. It was just who was covered and who could see me. And that's what I got. So thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. And if you're considering top surgery, feel free to ask me some questions.